Two employees at the Shawnee County Appraiser's Office are being hailed as heroes after a routine call turned serious. A woman recently called the office trying to schedule a hearing to appeal issues with her property taxes. When she called back closer to the hearing date, the employee who spoke with the woman before realized something was wrong when she was not as alert and as sharp as before.
During this time of year, it's very, very busy for our office. We have a lot of the public coming in to check in for their appointments to meet with our appraisers. We also happen to have a new employee start recently. She'd only been there for about 3 weeks. So we had our new girl on the phone. She's learning, I'm training her, I'm at her workstation, and we needed to take her off the phones for just a moment. And so I had asked Tomlin to log in. And it just so happened she recognized the voice and the person she was talking to that she had just talked to 2 weeks prior to that. Then Tomlin started asking a lot of questions, and I could hear these questions, and Tomlin figured out something wasn't quite right.
2 weeks prior to that, I spoke to her on the phone, set up the appointment for her. She was real talkative, but that day when she called, when I recognized her voice, I prompted her, I said her name, and she really wasn't in the mood to have a conversation. And I thought, okay, well, what's wrong? It's me, we was talking 2 weeks ago, what's going on? And then she just kind of got a little weepy over the phone, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? I started asking her questions, and I kept asking her questions over and over, the same question. I either got a I don't know answer or I'm not sure. One point she kind of started crying, and I thought, okay, this woman done had a stroke. Where I sat at my desk, Tanya was just to the right of me. She could hear me talking to this lady on the phone. And when I looked at Tanya, I was like, I know something's wrong with her. I think she had a stroke. And Tanya just kind of looked at me. She's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, because I talked to her. So when I asked her where she was, she said that she was at home. So she knew that. But then when I asked her what day it was, she didn't know that. Her words wasn't slurred, but it was delayed in her answering every time she would answer me. So then Tanya got on it. She got on the phone. And the dispatcher was actually asking her questions for me to ask, just keeping her busy, keeping her on the phone, constantly asking her questions. I mean, we was probably on the phone for, about an hour?
She was asking questions like, so do you have kids? Do you have children? Yeah. We found out about her family. Yeah. That way we were able to track down her
son.
Tomlin was able to track down her son so that we could try and get in touch with him.
And at one point I even told her that I would come, that I would leave my job and I would come to her house. And she was okay with that. She didn't mind that at all, other than she was like, no, I don't want you to leave your job. I don't want you to. I'm like, my boss don't care. She told me I could go. Like, we're coming to make sure you're okay. When AMR got there, she was still on the phone with me. She was very apprehensive in not opening the door. She was yelling. She was cussing. She was not happy with me. But I convinced her to open up the door because I told her, these are my friends. I sent them in my place because I am not able to make it because I'm on the phone with you, and they are there to make sure that you are okay. I said, so please go open up the door. And she opened up the door. So it did turn out that, she did. She had a stroke. I ended up getting a phone call from the citizen from the hospital to let me know that she was okay the next day.
It was just so crazy that we just happened to put her on the phones at that point in time. Had my brand new person who we were training taken that phone call, it may not have ended up the same way. So I think we were very fortunate.
So ever since 2002, I received my CNA license. So I've been working in several nursing homes and assisted living homes over the years prior to working with the county and prior to working in the appraiser's office. And so over the years of being within the nursing field, you pick up on a lot of stuff. When somebody's speech is delayed and you're 90-something years old, you kind of pick up on something over the phone. It wasn't anything that I just didn't know how to do. It was I just took it upon myself to listen to her over the phone.
And my experience with it is my mother-in-law had an aneurysm 13 years ago. And she's very, very fortunate to be alive today and doing very well. And so, of course, we have to watch for signs of strokes now with her because they're very, very likely to happen.
I feel that it would be a good idea, good experience for anybody if they choose to take a training course on CPR or signs of a stroke, because you never know when it's going to happen. You never know the situation, the time of day, where you're going to be at, or if it's you as the person that is going through it, and if that complete stranger either walking next to you or staring you in your face or over the phone is going to recognize the signs of something that is going on with you. Because there are a lot of people who don't get that chance.
To me, the two of you are my heroes.
Oh.